Hi creative friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ella. So today is our watercolor tutorial food illustration episode number 4. We will paint this green tea ice cream cone together. So let's get started. Before we jump into the painting part, I want to share with you how I observe this picture and separate this picture into 3 sections to indicate the light and shadow. So obviously, because we have some highlights here, here, and here, we can see the light is coming from right hand side and on the top side. So section 1 is the area with very light color and some highlights. Even when we paint, we leave it blank, leave it white. And this is section 1, and on the cone, this is section 1, very light. And pay attention on the cinnamon stick, it's section 1. And section 2, let me highlight in orange color. You can see when the lights hit this this part, and here is the shadow, but it's not as dark as this part. So this is section 2, and there are a few of those section 2. Okay, and this part is section 2 as well. But if you pay attention, even on one section 2, the color is not even. So within each section, it has darker tone, medium tone, and highlight tone. This section is also a little bit darker, a little bit darker, a little bit darker. Okay, and the medium part of the cone is a little bit darker. And the most dark part is section 3 is here, right? So section 3, and this part is even darker. Section 3, the whole section, but the top part is darker. So this is how we're gonna paint in 3 different wash. We will paint the whole picture in one wash and leave some highlights in very light green. And section 2, add a little bit shadow. Section 3 is the most darkest one, and even darken the edge of the darkest part. So this is how we're gonna paint this picture. Okay, so next step is the watercolor. The material we use today is Princeton Cartridge brush pen, rounded brush pen, size 4 and 2. And the color I'm using is Mission Gold Watercolor Palette, and I'm using sepia, gray, sienna, which is the brown color, and light greenish yellow. This is sap green, Hooks green, and Van Dyke green, a little bit darker green. So let's get started. First wash. I'm mixing with a lot of water. Here. So once we started the dark part, it's hard to get back to lighter. So we always start with very light. Okay, very light, even just water. I want to actually wet the whole picture with light yellow, but don't forget to leave some highlights here. Too much. So it's okay. And the second highlight is here. I want to leave it here without water. Now let's get started on the second part. The second part is the second section of medium color tone. So on the picture, okay, I'm using an iPad now. So on the picture, it's this section, this section, this section, this section, and this section. As I mentioned, the color here is not even. Look at this one. So it has a little bit darkness on the end. We will do it now. Okay, so let's get started. So finally, add on some splash and we are done. Thank you so much for watching and see you next week. Bye bye.